I think it's very much a highlight of this year's festival. It's such a unique space. It's so good in terms of provoking the imagination. Everyone's going on a journey, everyone's underground.
This is such an unusual space, such an evocative one. Coming in, it feels very eerie, very strange. We start to think about the reality of a possible nuclear war. And whilst this is obviously a historic building, the situation is as relevant today as it was back then.
I think to have stories told in unusual spaces, spaces where people aren't expecting to hear necessarily stories, I think is actually very important. And I think that it just brings stories to life.
I'm doing storytelling this evening, greeting people as they arrive, sort of like a portal into the bunker before going on to all the other events that are going on.
I'm here to tell stories, do a little bit of spoken word. I love site-specific work. I really think there's something to play with when you have stuff around you.
The silent disco is a treat. It's something we haven't done before. So it's nuts, completely crazy. I believe it will involve gherkins, headphones, bit of a bop. And again, no one's expecting a silent disco in a nuclear bunker.
Today we have been asking people to write down what peace means to them on a post-it note so we can complete the CND symbol. And we've been making the Berlin Wall out of biscuits.
Aside from the book events, we're working with a collective called Peeling Onions with Granny, and they've been developing a series of interventions that are taking place throughout the bunker.
In this festival, I'm part of a group of 4 artists who have Eastern European heritage. But we're all from Eastern Europe in the sense that our parents were deported by Stalin from Eastern Poland in 1940.
My mother was deported by the Soviet army, so I started the project by interviewing her about a series of objects that she had in her living room. I've brought the objects into the space here, but I've also created films about each of the stories that she has to tell.
We started thinking about developing the theme War and Peace when we realised it's the centenary of the end of the First World War. Tonight's panel is picking apart propaganda, and so the way this fits into our War and Peace theme is what's the role of propaganda in driving nuclear arms races and everything else. And so again, doing it in a bunker, it fits perfectly. The propaganda that made this place possible is significant.
CND Peace Education are doing various activities, and obviously a nuclear bunker is a very interesting place for us to be doing education activities about nuclear weapons. I think it's very important that festivals do tackle important and kind of difficult, controversial issues. War and peace are obviously very big ones, and the fact that the book festival's tackling that in such a sort of stimulating way as today is a really good sign.
When people and writers, audiences are in new spaces, they ask different questions, they have different thoughts. So it is an altered experience. And the Essex Book Festival is very much about challenging audiences and providing new experiences.